Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of Yoleno TV. And in this analysis, I would like us to go straight into this crisis that's being witnessed in Iebc. Remember, there has been some allegations of two factions within Iebc. There is a faction that is led by Chebukati, there is Marjan, there is Molu, and the other commissioner. There is another faction that is led by the deputy Iebc chair, Cherera, and Ruth Kulundu, and the four dissenting commissioners. So the faction led by Chebukati was hell-bent on making sure that the faction that is led by Cherera is removed from the commission completely. Mind you, Chebukati will be retiring, I think, early next year. And when he was releasing the presidential results, he said that that was going to be the last election that he was holding. That means he's not going to chair any other election going forward. Now, the point here is simple, that Chebukati and Marjan were hell-bent on making sure that Ruth Kulundu was removed from Iebc team. And that is the reason why they interdicted Ruth Kulundu, because they suspected that Ruth Kulundu could have worked with the Cherera team into, coming up with those allegations about results being opaque. So, but this team led by Chebukati suffered a major blow when the courts, led by Justice Jacob Gakeni, directed that Ruth Kulundu, is to remain an employee of Iebc until the courts make a determination on that matter. And the matter is scheduled for, I think, 20th of October, if I'm not wrong. Now, previously, like I said, Chebukati and Marjan had led an onslaught of the deputy CEO Kulundu over allegations that he convened a meeting with the four dissenting commissioners, and that led to that decision of the four dissenting commissioners about the results being opaque. Now, these are the detailed Chebukati claims as far as this case of Ruth Kulundu is concerned. So Chebukati claims that Ruth Kulundu was faulted for insubordination and aiding the operations of the four commissioners who disputed the declaration of the presidential results, terming them opaque. So, ladies and gentlemen, what followed that allegation thereafter was this stunt by Raila Amolo Odinga, when Raila Amolo Odinga decided to leak this information to the public that Marjan and the team of Chebukati were hell-bent on making sure that Ruth Kulundu is removed from the Iebc commission. And I said this in one of my analyses when I talked about Chebukati putting Iebc under siege. With that title, if you go back to that video, you'll find that I made some analysis on this particular topic. But then that time was the allegation of interdiction. But this time around, we find that the courts have lifted this interdiction. The courts have directed Iebc and Chebukati to allow Ruth Kulundu to still be an employee of Iebc until that matter is determined by the courts. So Azimio One Kenya Alliance MPs gave an ultimatum over the same. And the ultimatum was that they were giving 48 hours to Iebc to reinstate Ruth Kulundu, or else they would take unprecedented action.
Cannot countenance a situation where public officers, civil servants, are being victimized arbitrarily for no apparent reason, but simply because they have been able to discharge their duties fairly and transparently and impartially. The Iebc under Chebukati and the Ruto administration, that they must move with speed and rescind this decision, this outrightly illegal decision, failure to which we are giving them actually 48 hours.
And one of those actions that we saw was the demonstration to the anniversary towers. And we saw that practically, but then the Azimio One Kenya Alliance team, led by TJ Kajwang, the Ruaraka MP, they were met by a lot of resistance from the police, especially the tear gassing and everything. That's why they could not deliver their message to Chebukati and the Iebc regarding reinstatement or regarding clarification on why Ruth Kulundu was being interdicted.
Why are you not allowing us to go? Why are you
They knew they had some information about that interdiction. They still needed Chebukati's input as much as far as this matter is concerned. But unfortunately, they could not reach the anniversary towers complete. And if you looked at the pictures that were circulating online, then you find that the gates were, sealed for access, so they could not access, they could not go beyond the anniversary towers. And once again, we saw the return of tear gases. Remember, for the past 5 years, tear gases have been missing in action. We saw that during when Jubilee came into power, the first 5 years, 2013 going forward. That's when we saw a lot of tear gases. But soon after the handshake, tear gas was missing. So the only time we've seen tear gas is, I think, 2 days ago, if not 1 day ago, when Roraka MP TJ Kajwang led a host of MPs and Vihiga senator into accessing the anniversary towers to present their petition to Iebc chair. But unfortunately, they could not access because of what transpired during that peaceful demonstration. And what happened? There were lots of tear gases, and as a result, they could not access it. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you think Chebukati is justified to interdict Ruth Kulundu over mere allegations of convening meetings with the 4 dissenting commissioners? Do you think Chebukati is justified to make such a decision? Please share what you think below the comment section there, and I promise to go through them, all of them, and I'll be answering them one by one. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to wind up there, but I promise to still reveal to you more information as they come by, and I would like to urge you to stay safe and stay blessed until we meet again for more analysis.